Today is September 15th, 2022. This is the City of Twinsburg Architectural Review Board, and I'm going to call the meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. We'll start with roll call of all members.
Mrs. Frazier?
Here.
Mr. Gillen?
Here.
Mr. Markovitz?
Here.
Mr. Sharma?
Here.
Okay. We have 4 cases on the agenda. 2 of those are on the same property. Is there anyone here tonight that would like to speak to the board who does not have a case on the agenda? Okay, then we can start with our first case, which is case 220949. It is at 8944 Darrow Road, Dollar Tree signage.
Yes, hi, my name is Sion with Agile Sign and Lighting. Dollar Tree is proposing a within code front wall signage. They are opening shortly, so they would like to get approved channel letters on a raceway on the building for their grand opening. And we're here today for you guys to approve that. In the future, they are looking, and it has not came to me yet, but they are looking to do additional signage that would possibly have to go for a variance because they are a corner space. But as of right now, they are just looking to get an approval on the within code sign, which is the one that you guys have in front of you.
So we have 2 monument signs and just 1 sign on the building.
Yes, correct. And the monument sign is just post and panels.
I thought you had 4 signs, just A, B, C, and D.
Oh, I'm sorry, are there 4?
Three monument signs.
So there's 3 monument signs? Or 2?
There's 2 total monument signs, so 4 panels.
Well, I'm looking at
Oh,
this.
front and back facing on the same signs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes.
So 4 monument signs.
No.
Well, it's 2 monument signs, front and back,
Yeah.
and then
yes.
1 on the building.
Yeah, but what's the
correct.
D's then? If you look at the front page, Jen, there's sign A, B, C, and D. So the way I'm looking
Oh
at
yeah,
it,
you're right, that does look like 3 signs.
so it looks like 3 monument signs, 1 on Aurora Road, there's 2 on the Darrow, and there's 1 on the building itself, that's sign A.
We have sign B and sign C and sign D, they're all here.
So we did have several sets of revisions because they originally proposed a full set. So that might be a technical error on the front of their drawings if you're looking at a plot.
No, you have 3 signs. The last 2 look very similar to each other, but they are different.
Okay,
One's
it's just the
94
sizing
inches,
for the
one's
visual
90
opening.
Yeah, one's 94 inches, one's 95 inches.
Cool. Because I was gonna say they had like 3 sets of revisions, so I was
You
like,
wanna
did
see what they have? I guess they couldn't build
Yeah.
a monument sign.
No, actually,
No, it's
yeah.
just like 1 inch bigger.
But thank you.
One's 1 inch bigger. No, but that makes sense. It's each of the 3 main entrances to the plaza.
Yeah.
Front and back, each case. We have allowed color on the background of Panera. They have a more muted green, but it's also green. University Hospitals has a red logo on theirs. Other than that, they've all been the same color with the white text, but I think that's, seems like that plaza's going to start heading into logos on the sign.
I think they
This-
used to have a sign program out there.
They did. It was like
But
a
they
black or
changed
dark
it.
gray background.
Yeah, I think they changed that where they're allowing things to do whatever colors they want now. Just
That might be in the
Mhm.
future. They might be applying
color
for
represents
variance if they're
space.
adding
alone.
additional signage.
They say, because it's really hard to read all those names, but if they have logos, you can find it faster, so. But a giant eagle is a colored background with white text also. The Dollar Tree sign, the way it shows on your rendering
Mhm.
is that it would extend over the top and bottom panels of that face. Usually they sit within those. So that space that's 34 inches, wait, the sign is 34 inches.
Correct, so it
You
should
didn't-
sit directly into that visual, that recess in the building on
Okay.
that frame.
That's what would be ideal on the rendering that you gave us on this elevation, it shows that it extends down, I'm guessing 2 inches or so, and extends up 2 inches, like it's a little too big for the,
So, and yeah, on that actual facade, I went out there and looked at the paneling, and currently, where the sign is currently, there is no paneling that's like that. So, as of now, like, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, there's an existing photo that has the red channel letters that are existing. That recessed paneling doesn't exist.
It's just a render.
It's just a
Shows us
rendering
the
of how it's gonna look on the building. Now, as far as construction photos go, I don't see them making any adjustments to the facade.
right,
You know
they're
what I
just
mean?
putting the
So,
sign up.
correct.
So then my
And that's-
concern is the height of the sign versus the height of that face. You're
Of
saying
what
that-
face?
Oh, so it looks like there's about a 4-inch trim on the top and bottom, and you should be within that 4-inch trim. Do you know what I mean? You should be set into the,
Where are you seeing there's a 4-inch trim? Just, I'm trying to follow with you.
right. You can see how the, do you see how,
Upper right.
yeah, the right elevation you're showing, it looks like the letters are too big by about 2 inches, top and bottom. They don't sit back, they extend over.
Well, what I think that, like what I was trying to explain before, I'm not, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, there's existing, and there is no recessed paneling on the building. I think this is them just showing you that that's how it's going to appear on the building. It's gonna fit within that.
I can see it in the image that it's there.
That's an old picture that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was taken out a while ago, right?
So this white paneling,
Right, they took that out. So when this says existing, that's no longer existing.
okay, so what you're trying to say is you wanna make sure that it sits within this
Yes.
35.5-inch.
Well, the 35,
Setting.
it says 34 inches, but that your dimensioning goes to your own letters. It doesn't dimension what the face of the building is. So I don't know what it is exactly.
Is that?
I'm guessing
trim
it's
It's
30.
32-inch channel letters, so
You
it
can
will
see in the
sit in the
image.
recess of
It will
the-
sit in the recess?
Yes.
Okay.
But how old a picture is that? You said it was an old picture. I mean, has it been?
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, that,
Is the
that
store- is
sign,
the front-
red sign's not even there anymore.
The red sign
The
is
red,
still
the
there.
red sign
It
is
is?
still there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but I mean, the trim is still there. It's not like a solid piece. You've got the, what looks like the 4-inch trim
Right.
on top and bottom. If it's not recessed, it's still a panel that's within the trim.
As long as it's within the trim, I'll be
And
okay.
if the sign is going beyond the panel inside and hanging over onto the wood trim on top and bottom, you know. then
Mr.
the-
Markovitz, you mind speaking more into the microphone just for the...
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, no.
I was talking.
Yeah, I'm with you. If it's within
No, what I
the,
was saying,
It's within
which,
those channels.
you know, is just to concur that the sign
Right.
from, even though the rendering may not be perfect, the picture in the upper right is showing still that there's like a trim above and below the fascia, you know, the face of the building. And the signs, if I'm not mistaken, are supposed to fit inside that, not go, that's a sign panel that's designated area for signage.
Okay.
And I put
I
it
would-
outside that, and if the 34 inches does that, then that height is.
Yeah, and I would be happy to have this approved with stipulation that it meets that requirement,
Okay.
that it fits in that.
But you know, that'll make a difference if you shrink the height of the sign. and
Yeah.
everything. You know, the length of it's gonna shrink too.
I'll make a motion. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve case number 220949 with proposed conditions. The channel ladders be within the margins of the facet, right? Are we making that?
Within the trim.
Within the trim.
I guess.
It's
Okay.
not to extend over the trim, the
Yes.
4-inch trim.
Correct.
It needs to be within
If
that.
that's 4 inches. it might
On
be
the sign
5.5,
face.
I don't know.
It might be 5.5 inches, and really there ought to be, you know, an inch or so that you're not touching the trim.
Mm-hmm.
May I have a second?
It
I'll second.
needs to be reduced in size to that.
No, we need to look at the,
Oh, I mean,
The
you're
other
gonna do it
sides.
all at once?
Yeah, it all gets voted on at once, right?
I'm okay with the monument signs too.
Yeah.
You okay with
Yeah, I
it?
don't have any problem with
It's just the
They are
main.
what they are, you got
Yeah.
it.
it. So add the monument sign over there. Yes.
Would you read back this one?
Channel letters to be inside trim, not to extend over trim.
Thank you. Okay, we'll call for a vote.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mrs. Fraser?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I'm writing a little note there.
All right, that'll reduce the size of the sign a bit.
Yeah, well, what we'll probably do is have somebody go out and measure and confirm that that's what the exact sizes are.
Okay.
So, okay, cool.
When are they opening?
Huh?
When are they opening?
You know, I think beginning of November, but that's when they had asked us to get the signage installed. So I don't know an exact date.
There'll be some very happy people in my household that we have a Dollar Tree here, so.
There's a dollar.
Thank you.
Yeah. So one less, one more dollar. Yeah.
One in Streetsboro.
Is there a Streetsboro? Is
Yeah.
there one in Macedonia?
They do not have one in Macedonia.
Bedford.
That's Family Dollar, I think, right? Does Bedford have one now?
Okay, we'll move on to our second case, which is case 220950. It is at 1940 Westwood Drive. We're starting with the demolition of the existing garage.
Good evening. My name is Pat Hyberian. I bought my home back in 1999 at 1940 Westwood Drive. It's a single-car garage. Glenwood Acres was built in 1956, I think my house was, built in 56. I recently got married. We need more than a single-car garage. We need at least a 2.5-car garage. The lot is 75 by 200. We need to, like I said, knock down that single-car garage because the inside of this concrete is all cracked and it's a mess anyway, and it's all lopsided, and groundhogs live under there, so, you know, anyway, needless to say, we need a big garage. So that's why I'm here.
I see no issue with the demolition of the existing garage, so I'll make a motion to approve the demolition of the existing garage and that shed that's attached to the back.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll second.
Yes.
Any further discussion? Okay. Call for a vote.
Mrs. Fraser?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Awesome.
Now,
Thank
on the
you.
agenda, the next case is also yours, which is case 220951, also 1940 Westwood Drive, new residential garage.
Correct.
So we'll continue with the next case.
Like I said, it's 24 by 24. We're going to have it built 30 as, eventually, we're going to live and die in Twinsburg, more or less.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I bought the house myself when I was single, got married, we're going to live there until we die. But anyway, we eventually want to build or add on to the back of the home because it's only 998 square feet. It's kind of a small house. Even for two people, we'd like a little bit more room, you know. But as of right now, we're going to build the new 24 by 24, 30 feet from the back of the dwelling as it is. So then this way, we have a 10-foot leeway if we do add on in the future. Because I know the
Separation.
stipulation is 20 feet. So
Right.
that's why we added an extra 10 feet beyond the dwelling, so in case we do add on in the future.
With the intention of attaching to the garage with a breezeway or something, or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I want to have it ever added on to the house.
Right, because if you wanted to add it on, you would have moved it you keep
Yeah, I
it
don't-
forward hoping to attach, but you're trying to remain as a detached
Correct.
two-car garage.
Correct, yep.
And then you have no issues with side or rear setbacks by moving it back?
I'm sorry?
The setback from your rear of your property, moving it
Oh,
back
it's way
doesn't-
back, yeah. Got a lot of room.
Right, oh yeah, it shows you have 200 feet, okay.
Correct,
Is your siding and shingles gonna be similar color to your house?
correct, yep.
Matching?
Well, somewhat, I mean, they're not exactly, because I like, the house as it stands right now is aluminum sided. It's gonna be vinyl, so we got it as close to the color as we possibly could. but the house will
Yeah.
eventually be vinyl sided as well to match
Is
this.
that like one of the only houses in the acres that hasn't had an addition put on it? And
Probably, yeah. Well, you know what,
100
I was
years?
a single mom of a you know, I mean, I could only afford so much. I was a school bus driver for the city of Twinsburg.
my
for almost 20
grandparents
years.
built in there, and the first thing they did was put in. They had 5 kids, so they had to put an addition on. And
Did you
If-
come to our board about 8 or 10 years ago with a,
I was gonna build a pole barn
yes?
I don't think I was ever here at a meeting though.
No?
I don't
Okay, there was
recall.
another school bus driver in the acres who wanted to build
I don't think I ever got that far. When I
Okay.
was told that Glenwood Acres wouldn't allow pole barns with, like on Shepherd at that time. So I don't think I ever got this far.
Okay. It shows you're 3 feet off the property line. Is that
3 feet from the right.
right? Usually we have a 5-foot setback on the side.
Yeah, we'll address that, like, when
It doesn't matter.
When we read the building code, it says ancillary buildings were 5 feet, but garages, it said.
There was no-
There was nothing for that.
There was
that's for
no,
an attached garage. But we'll go over that when it's
Yeah.
time for the
So
actual
that
permit
needs to be
process.
adjusted.
Yep,
Okay.
So what should it be? Should it be 5 feet from the property line?
yes,
Okay.
if it's detached.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't say, I
That's
didn't,
where
I didn't see that in the
existing
code.
ones, that
So-
looks
or else
about
I would've
5,
had them
6 feet
put
off the
5 feet.
fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took a picture of the existing where it ends right by the fence over there.
Right. But it's tough to know if the fence is set in or not a foot
Yeah.
from the property line. They'd have to.
Now,
Is that your,
I
is that
have-
your
I have
fence?
my-
Is that your neighbor's fence?
That's Lombardo's fence.
Okay.
He put, well, I started the one that's stained and looks nice and pretty. That's mine. I paid for that. He put the other ones, but his shrubs are knocking it down anyway, so it's not gonna last long. But anyway, needless to say.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have the
that's what
paperwork
he
from when I
says.
bought the house in '99,
Okay.
and on the picture of my house, back in years ago, it's supposedly, I haven't measured it, but supposedly from the property line on the right to the side of the garage is 7.5 feet.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. At least that's what the paperwork says.
Right.
I don't know, I've never measured it. But you know how it usually says, like 200 this way and 75 this way, and it says 15 from Bernie's side and 7.5 from Mike's side. So I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. But, I mean, 5 foot would be fine with me.
Okay. Yeah, just make sure that it's in the right location. They'll help you when you go.
Yeah, we'll make
when they
sure.
come for inspections. Make sure that it's.
That's fine.
Okay.
I got no problem with that.
So we have a 16-foot door, 4 feet left and right. Will you have power running to this for lighting?
We're hiring another contractor.
Electrician.
Because he's separate from the guy that's building the garage,
Okay.
so it's like an extra $2,000 or $2,200. He runs out a separate circuit, 2 separate circuits out, and he puts in the garage door opener, a light outside the garage, I think a light inside the garage, and 2 receptacles, one on this side.
And then the power garage door.
Okay. With the 4 feet left and right, it would, without a picture of your house to compare what you have on your house, it would probably work well to put a light, on left and right of the door.
Okay, yeah. Yep, in the front?
In the
Sure,
front. That-
absolutely.
That would work well. You have a 412 pitch. I know the roofs are all shallow there. That's fine. And then you have the foundation. Do you have exposed block?
They're going to tear up the foundation that's there now
Right.
and lay new concrete that is going to go back over, the extension is going to go over where the foundation is now anyway. And then they're going to put in a new pad and floor for the new garage.
Okay, and it looks like you have an integral footer here, so you'll have 8 inches of exposed concrete. And in this neighborhood, I believe there is exposed block and concrete?
Yes.
Okay. Some neighborhoods you have to put brick along the foundation, but I think this one, I'm saying it for the record, so
Okay.
people know it was considered. In this neighborhood, it's common.
I hear you.
You have an overhang shown that should be a foot. Oh, it says 5 inch. Usually we do a foot overhang. Do you know what your house overhang is?
The house might be a 4.
Yeah, it might be. Talk about like the soffit type thing that.
Yeah, yeah, where the roof,
It's
where the wall
probably about a-
ends,
yeah, it's
it should be
probably a-
about a foot.
It's probably about a foot on the house,
Okay,
yes.
can we make this match that?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
Yeah, let's make the overhang.
Okay.
1 foot overhang to match
Okay,
the house.
okay.
And then it doesn't show any trim. Do you know if you should have some trim around the
I think it's
door?
white trim, I read somewhere about white. I don't know what, I don't know.
Can I just say trim to match the house?
Sure.
Okay. The man door is on your backyard side.
Yes. Man door will be on the left, closest to the house.
Towards the center of the yard.
Right. Yep, and 2 feet off. And then the corner treatment on the siding should match your house. So if you have corner boards, the garage should have corner boards. If you just have the little 3/4 inch trim, then you could do that too. Or if the sides, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that corner, but I think she just has a little, extension on the corner that the room side just butts up into.
Okay. Yeah, then you can do the same thing, vinyl version on this garage.
Okay. Well, the old garage now is wood. It's not even.
Right, not to match your existing garage. I'm
Oh, okay.
with your house. You want the two to look good together.
Yeah.
The same, so they speak the same language.
Right. Yep.
So.
Got it.
Yeah. Any other comments? Windows or anything? You're good with that?
It's
No,
pretty
we didn't-
consistent,
we
it's
didn't
pretty
add any-
consistent with the garages in that
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah, because
Very
there's not much
consistent.
room around it, so I'm okay with as is.
Steven?
Yeah. I mean, if it was mine, I might put a window in, but that's where the garage is, it's not, it wouldn't be really that visible.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
from
it's
the
not,
street
nobody's
anyway.
gonna, yeah.
Just a little bit of it from one angle.
We did. We're spending quite a bit of money on it as it is. We thought,
Right.
an added window, but no. Do we really need a window?
We can say you have the option, should you choose, to add a
Okay,
window
okay.
in proportion
Yep.
with the windows on your house centered on either the rear or the side. How's that?
Okay.
We'll
Sounds
throw
good.
that on if you decide
Sure.
to add one, you know
Okay.
where to put it and what size.
Sounds good.
Okay,
I take pride in my house, so I want it to look nice.
okay. We'll make a motion to approve the garage as noted. Would you want to read back the notes? We had several.
Yeah, the only note that I'm not sure on was the very last one there. You said about adding the windows.
Oh, they have the option, it's not a requirement.
Correct, yeah.
But should they decide to add a window, it should be the same size and proportion as the smaller windows on their house.
Like my
Cent-
kitchen window is, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, centered on one of the walls. And then you don't have to come back
Okay.
if you decide you want to do that.
Okay, I had a corner post and trim to match house, lights on each side of the garage door, soffit overhang 1 foot, option to add windows, same size as windows on house, centered.
Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I'll ask for a second, or did you second it?
Before the stuff I read,
Okay.
I jumped too soon.
Call for a vote?
Mrs. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mr. Sharman?
Yes.
Okay, enjoy your new garage.
Thank you. I'm excited. Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
So now that you've sat through 3 cases, you're all set, you're calm, cool, collected, you're going to be the star here.
Has she been groomed already here for how to go through this?
She had some concerns when she was here earlier, so.
Okay. The next case is case 220952 at 2633 East Aurora Road, new shed in a C5 district.
Okay, well, I'm an artist. I've been an artist for a long time. I taught art for over 30 years, and I'm a retired art teacher. And my goal is to kind of give back, you know, all the talent that I have to the community. I'm located very close to the square, which I just found out today that the tea house is going to be reopening. And not too far from Master Crafters, and I have already talked to that owner, And our two businesses kind of coordinate with, you know, the kinds of things she does and the kinds of things that I do. And anyway, the shed is not, I kind of don't want to call it a shed, I kind of want to call it an art cottage, because it's not going to house garden equipment. It's going to be used for art classes, gallery talks, and events for art healing. What I do is I do artist training, art for entertainment like wine and canvas kinds of activities, and art for healing. And the art for healing could involve groups of people or could involve art therapy. But the whole point is that the art cottage is going to be set into an environment that involves the entire yard. And Mr. Markovitz saw the yard, and I think Jason saw the yard. And it's not in this position now, because I just moved in February. But I'm planning on working maybe with somebody from the garden committee or people who are knowledgeable about how to design garden space. I don't want to have very much grass. I want to have, kind of like what the library has, they have that one little area that's fenced in. It's like a neat little garden with, you know, some paths. It has some sculptures and bird feeders and hostas plants and just kind of an oasis. So it would fit into that kind of theme. The front of my house is my business also. I have my studio and my gallery in there, and I do my own artwork there as well as teaching there.
Do you live on the property?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Has this been a property targeted by the CIC, or the CIC has no interest in this
I don't know what's the
for downtown development?
No.
No?
No, it was owned by the church since, well, almost 100 years. It's almost a century home.
Yeah, I think it'd be a real nice addition to the area. I drove down Church Street today, and I don't think that there would be, from the back neighborhood, it would affect them at all.
It's back there.
You know, when you walk back, it's all pretty wooded and closed in on the back side of the property anyway.
Would that district being a C5 have any issues?
That's where this gets tricky, because if this was a house, we don't even usually see sheds. But because this is C5 and the business is planning to operate out of it somewhat, that's where it gets a little bit tricky, where we have to consider carefully, because I know the fitness center came through asking for a shed, and they're also commercial, you know, public owned, and they needed to do a proper masonry, you know, storage building. If they were doing one, they couldn't just put in a manufactured shed. But because of the character of this particular property, this property has the character of a residence, and so do the adjacent properties. I think that this building type fits with that character.
Yeah, I think
Do you
it'd
know what I
look
mean?
real
That
nice in
some
that
of the issues we've
neighborhood.
had with sheds that come through is that it's a residential style shed going on a commercial property
area.
that looks commercial, and that, whereas this still maintains the residential style, and it is in fact being used as a residence. So if you invite guests or people to that, as long as the, as long as it's legal to operate, people outside in that building and in your backyard, and, I don't see an architectural reason why this would look out of place on that property.
I can make a motion.
So, and then as far as the design of it goes, it does have windows. You're adding shutters. Is that good? I see that they're sketched on. Oh, that one there. Okay.
This one's a little easier to
Go to
look at,
that
I think.
one. I was looking at the elevation.
Not a great artist drawing, but I just wanted you to be able to see that inside the building is not going to be equipment, it's going to be tables, and it's going to change, depending on what event I would have. Kind of want it to be, maybe become a landmark, a place where people want to go and then go to the tea house and enjoy the square.
Okay, so we do have 2 windows shown with shutters, window boxes. the doors are shown open on those. They look like barn doors.
Yeah. And that's so that it can be handicap accessible, because the house is not.
Correct, okay. And you'll have some sort of path going to it.
Right. I have these bamboo, I don't know what to call them. They're bamboo paths.
Okay.
They roll up and I can take them up and I can put them down and move them. I'll get more of those once I get the garden situated.
And you have overhangs, I see on the elevations. And this does not sit on a foundation.
They're going to put, I forgot what they called it, but they're going to put something underneath it to level it.
Okay. So like I said, we don't typically see sheds. I understand why it came through being in the C5 district. So, how you function out of it is legality that's out of our realm. But I think a shed on this property would be acceptable, being it looks it looks like a residential property and it is being used as a residence. So, your motion?
I'll make a motion to approve case number 220952 as submitted. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Can we have a vote, please?
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mrs. Frazier?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good luck.
You did great.
What's the name of your business gonna be? 'Cause you're trying
October
to.
Sun Studios.
What?
October Sun Studios.
Okay.
And the signage is coming soon.
Okay.
I think they were going to try and get to this date, but I think they're coming to the next date.
Oh, we're looking forward to it.
All right, thank you so
All
much.
right,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
So we were also set the meeting minutes from September 1st. I read through, besides a couple small typos that I don't think could be misconstrued, I think it was, okay?
I'll make a motion to approve September 1st meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mrs. Frazier?
Yes. John is absent today. He notified us at the last meeting that he would be missing this one, so.
I'll make a motion to excuse John.
I'll second.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mrs. Frazier?
Yes. Okay, does anyone have anything else they want to talk about on the record?
The only reason I was asking about the CIC was I didn't want her to invest in something and then the city wants to buy it and for
I'm sure-
further plans down the road.
The properties that we're looking at are much further down the street, not
Closer to Dunkin' Donuts, or are you talking
Yes.
closer to the square? Closer to Dunkin' Donuts?
closer to Dunkin'
Right.
Donuts.
There wasn't there a house there?
There is now, currently, it used to be a title agency that's available right now, and then there's a house across the street next to the liver or the kidney dialysis that Jason's tracking down that's falling apart that we talked about a little bit, so.
Yeah, it needs some 10 or 11 care at that house.
So we'll
So
be
we're more
approving
at the
another
other end
demo.
of that. We haven't looked at hers.
It seems like it's still maintained well, so
Yeah.
I hope the business does well.
I would like to see more businesses go up in that area. It's kind of like residential.
I like the fact that there are residences
Yeah.
in there. You
It's
know,
close enough.
it keeps people in the downtown area, which is really important to downtown. So, anything else? I have nothing else. All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. It is 6:35.
She stole your thunder.
That's okay.
What?
So you stole his thunder. That's usually he's jumping at the,
The adjournment.
yeah.
No one seconded it.
No, it's okay. I'll second it.
I second.
Oh, you did? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, girl. You didn't get to do this
Maybe
one.
not.
I'll let it slide this time, okay,
4 or 5
guys?
cases, take a half
All
hour.
right, Mrs. Frazier?
Yes.
Mr. Markovitz?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen?
Yes.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.